Hello, good afternoon. So we are back and we're going to be doing some videos on grooming tools here with Park Avenue Grooming. Since we're in the shelter in place, the videos are here in our homes. So this video is going to give you some ideas on what to do for grooming tools. So to purchase any gift certificates for future grooming, you can always do that through PayPal at Park Avenue Grooming. That'll get you on top of things for when we're no longer shelter in place and we're able to do grooming at the shop. To do dog training and Zoom video conferencing or at Pearson Park, you can always contact me at 760-265-3309 or at Facebook at Basics Assistance Dogs. Okay, so to start off for grooming tools, again, yes, last time we talked about having your dog secured, and now he is secured enough. I mean, we do this all the time, so he's not going anywhere. This is Obi. And Obi is going to be demonstrating some of our grooming that we're going to be doing today. Again, we started last time with Monday on having a good sturdy surface. This is just a clothing rack that you can get at Walmart, and this is just a good sturdy table. Alrighty, so the first thing you would want to do is have the right brush or comb. So as far as brushes or combs, they come all different, and this one is good for a short-haired dog. It's a rubber. As you can see, it's got good handles on it, and it just helps you to be able to remove any dead skin and loose hair that you want to get off the dog. On Friday, we're going to be talking about brushes and combs for longer-haired dogs. For a longer-haired dog, you might want something like this. It's a rake. Looks like a rake. It's a great tool to be able to get down to the skin and pull out those mats, because those are very important to get out. Another one is, this is by Andis, and it's got these little hooks at the end, if you can see them. It's really good because it doesn't scrape the skin, but it gets down to the mat and helps you to get those mats out of the skin. It's super important for you with a long-haired dog to remove all of those mats and tangles when you brush, because if you're only brushing the top, you're leaving all those mats on the skin, which can cause a lot of pain and discomfort to your dog. Many of you have brushes like this or like this, where there's the little bristles, and you just brush the top and you think you're doing fantastic, but you're neglecting the mats that are down to the skin. And we want to make sure that we get all of those out. So this is just some of the brushes and tools that we would use, and we're going to be having a different dog on Friday. Marvin will be here. He's one of our basics assistance dogs that we are training. He has completed his board and train and is up for adoption, so you'll get to meet him on Friday. And I think you met him in one of our previous videos as well. Alrighty, the next thing we have is scissors. Scissors are super important. Thanks for the love. Thank you, guys. Good morning, Griselda, or good afternoon, Griselda. Glad that you're with us. The next important thing would be scissors. Scissors are important, but they're not the most important thing. I think the first thing everybody reaches for on a long-haired dog, not so much a short-haired dog, are the scissors. And you really need to make sure that you know what you're doing before you reach for those scissors. There's lots of different scissors that you can get. You can get scissors in packets. They have a bundle that you can get on Amazon of many different scissors. They have curved ones that look like this. See that? And they have straight ones. They have the ones that are like this. They're called thinning shears. And you can get a bundle of those for pretty cheap, especially since it's not something you're going to be doing all the time. And we're going to be talking more on how to use scissors on Friday with Marvin, because he's got more hair than Obi does. So those are just some of the scissors you might want to be looking for. So homework for this week is making sure you have the right brushes and tools for your dog. This would be great for a short-haired dog, but for a long-haired dog, you definitely want something more like a rake or the Furminator, okay, to get down and get all the mats out of the skin, okay? So those are important as far as brushes. The next one would be scissors, and a scissor kit would do great for you. An inexpensive one goes for about $25 on Amazon. So that's a great idea for you to be able to get, to be able to come along with us and help, and we can help you be able to groom your dog better at home for yourself. Now, as far as clippers, a lot of people love to reach for the clippers as well. And clippers are not necessarily the first thing you want to reach for. Though you can get a inexpensive set of clippers. This is not the shop set. This is the set I had before I started grooming for Griselda at Bark Avenue. I think it was like 25, 30 bucks. And it will do for you at home to be able to groom your dog at home. And we will be talking about some of the techniques and things that you can do for that. It's fine. If you decided something, and with this, the head stays on. You can see that it has screws right here that you keep on there. And then what you do to get different lengths. Right now. Sorry about that. What you would do for this inexpensive set is you would just attach the different guard combs to it to be able to get a different cut. So it would snap on just like that. So this would give you a better way to be able to cut, to maybe not cut all the hair off the dog. And it's an inexpensive set. You can definitely get that for like 25, 30 bucks. Now, if you decide this is something you want to do and you want to keep up on your long-haired dog, then the set we have at the shop is Andis. And as you can see, it looks a lot different than the other set. This Andis set is a little more expensive. They run you anywhere starting at $80, anywhere up to $250. The difference is, in order to get the different cuts on a more expensive blade, you switch out the blade. So for this, you would be putting on a different blade and popping it in place. Now, when you get to a point where you want it to have longer hair than what these blades are, you would put on a very specific blade. There's a 10 blade. And then you would pop on these longer attachments, guard combs, and they would give you a longer cut. So this is different in that you're popping off the head and you have guard combs to add to it. The other was different in that the head stayed on. This one, again, these are more expensive, and this makes the ones that we use at the shop. So if you're looking at maybe wanting to continue to try and groom your dog a little bit on your own, that might be a better investment for you. Alrighty, so this is the one I really wanted to talk about, is shampoo. Shampoo is super important because if you get a shampoo that is, if you don't wash out the shampoo, shampoo is something that'll build up on your dog. It causes the dandruff, it causes the dry skin. So there's all different kinds of shampoo that you can get, but there's things that you can do to help you not have to shampoo as much. And I just wanted to show you what you could do. Now, wipies I know are like, are so expensive right now, but you could do and get the same effect with just a washcloth. And what I was recommending for you guys to be able to do, you can get a spray bottle and you could dilute any one of the shampoos you may have. This is a more expensive brand. It's got coconut smell. These are Walmart brands. This one's a whitening shampoo. This one, you're just adding water, which I don't know what other shampoo you don't add water to. I guess a dry shampoo. So any one of these, if you dilute it in a water spray bottle, maybe 1 cap and then 1 to 10, so fill it up 1 part shampoo and the rest with water, then it'll give you a good cleaning solution for you to be able to spray on and wipe off your dog. Now that can be used, or what I do is just use a wipey. And I want you to see the amount of dirt that comes off of your dog if you just maintain him as he comes in. We don't have our dogs on dirt. Our dogs are always on AstroTurf. And there is a small amount of dirt that encircles his little area. So I just wanted to show you how much dirt can come off if you just wipe off their paws. And now if you don't wipe off their paws every time they come in, I'm a little OCD, so my dogs get wiped off every time they come in. You may find that, you know, it's not such a big deal, but right here, we're pulling off a ton of hair. I'm pulling off dirt, and all that hair and dirt would be coming into my house. Now, when I have this wipey already off, I wipe down their face, I wipe down their skin, their coat, and this just cuts down on the dander. It cuts down on the amount of time that you need to get the dog groomed. I wipe down, you know, the sanitary area. So all of that dirt is not coming into my house. And it will help you with allergies. Allergies are big right now. So it's important that you're monitoring and keeping track of your dog's dirt intake that they're bringing in. I was going to bring in the other one as well, so I'm going to switch him out and put him outside. And we have Little Bear. Little Bear also didn't get wiped down before I brought her back in, just so I could show you the amount of dirt that comes in with the dogs. It's super important that they stay clean as well. They get allergies just as much as we do, and so if you're not keeping track of their the dirt that's coming in on them, you know, it's not good for them either. People always talk about how their dog is itching and stuff like that. And a lot of times it's the pollens and the grasses in the area that cause the dogs to itch, not necessarily what they're eating. And we were also at the park today as well. So we just wipe down paws, and a lot of the time it doesn't seem like they're really dirty. But you know what? This dog sleeps in bed with me, and we have caught little dirty paw prints in our bed. And it's important that you keep track of that. You keep track of all that allergen and that dirt that's going into your house. And it just cuts down on the amount of allergen that you bring in. And it keeps the dog cleaner. And if the dog is cleaner, then it doesn't have to get groomed as much. Not that we don't want to groom your dog, but at this point in time where we're sheltering in place, everybody wants to keep their dogs as clean as possible, right? So that's just a great way for you to avoid having to shampoo as often, is keeping your dog clean. The other thing that we can do is to make sure that we wipe down and we do the diluted shampoo. That was pretty much it as far as today. Tomorrow we're going to be or Friday, we're going to be talking about washing your dog, and that's when we have Marvin. These dogs don't get their shampoos and very often, just because of their dry skin that they can get because their coats are so short. We recommend the short hair breeds. They probably don't need to get, especially if you keep them as clean as we do, they don't need to be bathed more than once. It actually says every 3 months. I would do maybe once a month. But when I do that, another thing that you can do is use dry shampoo. They have dry shampoo for dogs. This is a more expensive one. It came from TJ Maxx. It was my daughter's. You would just spritz a dry shampoo on your dog. It gives a great smell, and it also helps to eliminate that need for a shampoo as often, especially on dog breeds that are short-haired. So it takes off a lot of the dander, and it helps to give you a better smell. At Bark Avenue Grooming, we use Scentsy, and Scentsy has 4 different types of dog deodorizing spray. So we recommend those as well. My husband is a Scentsy consultant, so if you're looking at possibly getting a good smell that'll last you throughout this shelter-in-place order, let me know and we can get you one of those. So those are just some ways that we've thought of for you to be able to get you through this time. We understand that everybody likes to get their dogs groomed. It's maybe not something that you want to do personally, but it's definitely something that you can do at home to the best of your ability and be able to keep up your dogs so that they can stay as clean as possible and better to coexist with you. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to let me know. Put them in the comments. We'd love for you to be able to interact with us. You're more than welcome to ask questions during the videos. I'm hoping to get more interaction as time goes on. I see that there's a lot of people watching, but I don't have any comments or questions. So feel free to ask comments and questions as we're doing this, and feel free to add any comments or questions on the page so we can do tutorials that will best answer your questions. So we thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you on Friday where we'll be talking about washing your dog. So thanks so much.